Welcome back, Di! Aren't you happy you're here with such a good show?
I'll never find your body.
But, come on, this show was amazing, eh?
Okay. Say, name one positive about it.
Before we get to the part where we tear the ever-living shit out of this, guess we gotta get to telling what Super hXeros even is. Because if you just look at the title, it just looks like gibberish.
That about sums it up.
So yeah, welcome to Dubster Dive, and as you could probably guess, this anime is complete garbage. So fun times for all. Super hXeros was a manga written by Ryoma Kitada. Silly name. It came out in May 2017 and currently has 11 manga volumes. How?
The same reason this has 12 episodes.
Yet you hear about decent manga getting cancelled all the time. I don't even know. Whatever. It had an anime that ran from July to September, done by Project Number 9, whose credits include Netake and I guess High School Prodigies Have It Easy in Another World for like the 5 people that have seen that show.
Yeah, they're isekai junkies.
Hey, didn't I say to make my abilities average of the next? Okay, seriously, this studio has not done very much that's noteworthy. But how bad could this be, right? And of course, the dubbing was produced by Funimation, so I think you all know what trappings we're about to get into. Especially because this show isn't ecchi.
It is.
We'll get to the elephant in the room. And I'm not talking about a whale-elephant. So, Super hXeros, here's the plot, and it's very original, okay? Especially if you've seen Shimonetta or Going to be the Twin Tail. We follow Enjo, someone who wants to be a hero or some generic shit because he wants to impress his childhood crush or something, I don't know. As him and the team of hXeros, which are basically just Power Ranger knockoffs, again, think gonna be the Twin Tail, that fight aliens from outer space that want to steal our H energy and censor all of our sexual desire because they feed off of it or something. Like Shimonetta. So this show not only is it shit, but it's cheating on the homework of 2 other better shows. We'll get more into how terrible this is in a minute, but first, how good's the animation?
Animation. So, if you've seen the episode on DMC, you'll know how much I complained about all the corner cutting and camera cuts. That actually is done by Madhouse. This isn't.
So you're saying that even drawings
so someone's flailing their arm to get a bug off. What do? You just... How would you animate that?
Wouldn't you just loop the flail on their arm?
Flailing is moving your arm up and down 3 times really slowly, right?
Well, maybe the bug didn't bother them that much. What? It's possible, I don't know. Oh, and yeah, remember, this is, again, an ecchi. It's rated TVMA or whatever, even though it should be rated TV, no one should ever watch this.
As an ecchi, it fails.
Well, I bring that up because, the censorship is beyond belief here. Remember, you could show someone in a swimsuit, but if they're in their underwear, blinding lights.
Oh, must be even worse for you over there in Florida.
It's like the sun, man. It sucks.
Well, no, it's not even blinding lights. In scenes where the lights are out, it's black lights. I can't even make this up.
It's like the Dark Abyss from the Fairy Tale game. Oh
No,
my
it took
God.
it to the next level.
Yeah, it's its super evolved form. I don't even understand. I genuinely don't. And of course, looking it up, it hasn't been 100% confirmed if it was funny, but I wouldn't be fucking surprised. And there was that one cock face out there saying, "What? They've never censored anything."
Yeah. I mean, between funny and Sony, blame one of them, or both.
I love how this show, by the way, which has lots of...
Also blame Aniplex too. This is an Aniplex show. It's gonna cost you hundreds of dollars.
Who would want to own this, though? And I mean, you can't even trust the words of them saying it's uncensored on Blu-ray, being as how that's been a flat-out lie from these people before.
They would never...
Look, I gotta stop bringing up Sugimomo. It's not worth it. I gotta move on. I love how this show meets company standards, whereas interspecies reviewers didn't. Yeah. Classic hypocrisy from Funny. But, speaking of which, so yeah, you can't even get ecchi content to look at because fuck you. The soundtrack is generic and uninspired.
The characters are generic and uninspired.
But hey, let's get to the dub. Maybe this'll be fun. Firstly, we were unable to find who the ADR director was, like, period.
They didn't even like a few of them, they didn't post it in the original cast list blog post.
Yeah, and I can't find
shit. They posted the writer?
Why? I don't get it. Maybe the ADR director's like, I don't want to be attached to this piece of shit.
Not even the writer. The ADR script adapter or whatever.
I think that's the same thing. Like, I don't know.
No, sometimes they're both. I don't know. Or care. But
hey, Enjo, our generic bitch pro-tycoon, he's voiced by Matt Shipman. Or, I guess, Hero from Darling in the Franxx, or as we like to call it, Darling in the Cucks. Or...
yeah.
He was in the Asgard arc of Saint Seiya, right, Dai? Your favorite arc?
Can we not? This is already bad enough.
And he's also in Dr. Stone. And his performance here is very generic. Yeah, you're gonna get the sense that even the VAs didn't give a shit about this one. I mean, hey, Enjo's a good character, right? He's I think he's more basic bitch than you can even get in a harem. After him, we have his childhood crush, Kirara Heishino, voiced by Brittany Latta. Oh, I get it. The two people that are married IRL are the two they ship together in this. Yeah, fuck you, person. That was stupid. You're not clever.
Subtle. I mean, if you were going to talk about subtlety, you might as well bring up the minor character that is his sister.
Going to in a second. But first, we gotta talk about this bitch, because Kirara is literally one of the worst characters I think I've seen in a harem in a long time.
Even worse than your favorite character from Skywars.
I don't want to remember that show either. But, yeah. First of all, Brittany Latta, much like Darling in the Cucks, was in that, voicing Ichigo. It's like a Darling in the Franxx reunion. She's also been in, Darwin's Game and Tokyo Ghoul Why were those the two shows they were advertising?
Because Darwin's Game is Aniplex, just like this.
Tokyo Ghoul Re's not. But anyways, yes, do you want to know why we hate Kirara so much? Because this woman is a massive cunt for literally no reason. There are constant...
They give a reason, it's just so dumb that You just can't.
Don't they try claiming her H energy was stolen when she was younger or something? The thing is that there are scenes where she's yelling for Enjo's help. He shows up to help her, and then she turns around, punching him, saying, "I didn't want your help." That's not how tsunderes work, you twats.
So, yes, it is.
She constantly does this shit. Or she'll constantly hit on him, and if he ever dares to reciprocate, beat the living shit out of him. How dare you stare at me when I'm half naked, even though I'm asking you to.
Or even though I'm standing half naked in the hallway.
How dare you somehow see me when I'm out in the open like this, not even trying to hide myself.
Yeah, who could see anything? All I see are those beams of light. Now my eyes are bleeding.
Damn it, Funimation.
Whoever.
I mean, I guess she tried voicing this character, but there's not really much to work with when this character is a massive cunt. I mean, she even has a split personality called Dark Kirara, where she has to try doing a different voice for her. But again, this character's just unlikable and stupid. And if you can't get behind the main ship, then how are you supposed to be invested in this damn show? Is it just me, or am I the only one who thinks that whenever you have two characters that don't belong together forced to ship, it doesn't make sense or work?
It works all the time. You can name many instances where it does, like that one time.
Yeah.
And that one show.
Whatever. Moving on from him, or her, yes, her and him, we have the other members of the hXeros team. First is Momozono.
We had other characters.
We did! We have Momozono, voiced by Emily Meaves. Oh, speaking of Saint Seiya, it's Athena. And again, I get the feeling she could not give less of a shit being in this show. And her whole gimmick is, I have flat complex. That is all. Unless you could tell me something else about her.
Allegedly, they are supposed to also be the tomboy of the group. I guess.
You know, even in their own episode, when it started like it was going to focus on her, 2 minutes later, it's like, nope! Sorry, we're going to go to someone completely different. What's that? You wanted to at least get to know a little bit about these characters? Well, there's not much to get to know, clearly.
Okay, I'm going to bring this up. So, these next four, you would think, oh, you're going to introduce characters, you do it over time, right? Instead of all four of them at once at the end of the first episode.
Yeah, it doesn't do a good job introducing them. You can throw a bunch of characters at people and have it work. Again, well, Power Rangers even did that. Having the whole team showing off in the first episode or whatever. What, gotta bring up what it ripped off?
No, it didn't. Because it establishes them and their character archetypes right from the beginning.
That's what I mean. You could do it well, but it doesn't.
You don't. No, it does not. This does not even remotely come close to that. They just show up in the last 5 seconds of the first episode, and the show acts like you should care or know who the fuck any of these people are. Oh wait, you watched it. You might or might not have watched the opening. Now you know who these characters are here.
Well, maybe the show will let us know them throughout the rest of it, so Momozono might have just been a one-off thing. Let's move on to... What about Shirayuki? Do you know her one, character quirk? She has tits. No, that's it. It's her chest. That's all she's got. She's voiced by... What?
I'm pretty sure in her half an episode, because, I mean, quarter of an episode, we also established that she is a klutz, except not outside of that episode.
Well, she's voiced by Kate Bristol, or Kisa from Fruits Basket. I guess Pan in the old dub of DBZ. Never understood if she was still working there, why they changed Pan's VA, but whatever.
Because she was a young child Pan, and it was an Alphonse thing.
Was it? I guess.
Yes. So was Kisa.
Okay.
The original Fruits Basket. Now it's not anymore. Now it's just a reprisal.
Fair enough, I suppose. But either way, I mean, she tried, I guess. It sounded like she was trying in this show, but there's not really much to work with this character.
You could try as much as you want when your character rarely exists in the first place. Actually, she's the one who, like, literally almost doesn't exist.
Yeah.
She's, like, barely on the show.
Well, after her, we have the last member of the hXeros group. We have Sora, voiced by Mallory Rodak. Or Yukino from Fairy Tail. Or Best Girl Yuki from Star Blazers, right, Di?
Can we watch that instead?
Sure. And, she's an artist that draws erotic manga, and I think that's her one quirk.
Yes. Because that's how she builds up her H energy.
Oh, yeah, I guess we didn't really bring up that. So they have to build up sexual energy to power their abilities to fight the aliens. That's
Each
just
one does it in a different way. Citation needed.
So, yeah, Sora, if anyone's seen Shimonetta, is basically a Tomei. They couldn't even bother to give her her own unique gimmick. They had to steal something else from that show.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, she tried. This character's another one that sort of fucks off a lot of the time, too. I guess.
She's also a sloth, I guess.
Well, moving on from her, we have Cha-Cha, that's a stupid-ass name, who's one of the Kiseichu, or evil aliens, that defects to their side, I guess.
Because...
Voiced by Susie Young, who's starting to be poured out a lot lately in these dubs, huh?
Yeah.
But hey, she's Sumi from Rent-a-Girlfriend. She's also a Misfit of Demon King Academy. And I am not even going to try pronouncing that name of the character she voices in Opera, unless you wanted to have a go at it.
Yes, Wait, I mean, we butchered this Japanese names enough. Why would you want to butcher a Chinese name?
I mean, hey, at least she sounds like she's having fun in this dub. And Cha-Cha also has a male form that's a dog?
They're a shapeshifter, and she transforms into the house dog.
Yeah, and then her voice changes to Chris Guerrero or Ainzel Gone. It's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
You would think a show with a transforming female into a dog would be kind of awesome, but the show finds a way to make it suck.
She could transform into other people too, but only does it once. The rest of the time, it's just the dog. Or I guess in the final episode, the mailman.
Get the mailman! Hey, come on, quoting Jingle All the Way is relevant. We're in holiday season. Kind of.
Are we?
Whatever. Cha-Cha defects, and I guess she kind of is the only one with a pseudo-character arc, if you want to call it that. She learns to, I guess, kind of like humans, but it doesn't really seem like it matters by the end of it.
It's not even an arc. She never even hated humans.
Yeah, I think it would have worked better if they did the whole cliche thing of her being raised to hate humans and then realize they're not bad. But no, they didn't even do that.
Oh, no, she was a defective Kiseiju.
But she's a princess!
And she was locked in a cage because she...
Where this anime belongs.
No, that's too good for this anime. Even the ET treatment is too good for it.
Well, I guess the last one's out of the hero side, or good side, whatever you want to call it, is Joe Ano, the Andro's uncle who funds them. Voiced by Damon Mills. Oh, hey, it's Hades from Saint Seiya. Wow, a lot of Saint Seiya people here.
And he kind of exists.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much. Gotta laugh that Funimation were comfortable with the reason they wrote him off the show in the last 4 episodes. Yeah, especially, you all know Chris Thurman, right? It's a very similar reason to that. Funimation were okay with dubbing that and leaving that completely in. Yet other lines that they don't deem fine, like in Bo Fury or Nekopara, those gotta go. I don't understand. This is probably the one time you should have changed something with how recent that shit was.
Or who knows, maybe the scriptwriter hates someone and put it in to be a dick.
If
that's the case.
That man is a legend. Okay, so next we have the other Eros team members, which I barely even remember these people.
They kind of exist in the middle episodes, but then they don't.
First one is Yona, voiced by Caitlin Barr. Why do you keep starring in this shit?
Why is she listed first? She's like the last one introduced.
Don't ask me, but hey, I mean, she's Valkyrie in Kosh's Hero, so just had to talk about her recently. She's also in Camphor. Oh, it's gonna be a trend, isn't it? No, seriously, if you look through her Wikipedia page, it's just depressing. Like, 80% of the things she's in are just terrible.
Well, the thing she's also probably not listed on there for her is the fact that she's also a scriptwriter for some shows.
Well, I guess she got something out of it then. Maybe she helped on the script for this. Maybe she was the child, though. I mean, I'd say she tried, but the problem is this character is barely there, and I barely remember them.
That, I don't blame you for that one. They were in, like, an episode.
Well, the next member of the group is Wakakuza, voiced by Kristen McGuire. Oh, hey, it's her again. Cinnamon from Nekopara, we talked about her before. Also, apparently she's double-casted voicing some of the Kiseijus, but with this dub, I don't even care.
If they did, I didn't even fucking notice.
This is another character I barely remember.
Well, that's because only one member out of that group had any substantial screen time, and they gave it to them over any of the other cast member. We'll get to them in a bit, I guess.
But I don't understand why. The next character is Chico, voiced by Michelle Rojas. So hey, it's Toka from Date Alive.
Can we watch that instead?
This is another character I barely remember.
I don't know how. They had more screen time than half of the other members.
Because I remember them wanting Enrose D, and that's about it. Was there something else to their character?
Yes.
Weren't they supposed to be the other tsundere type, but it just... I don't know.
Can we replace the other one with them?
And I guess the main villain, or Kiseichu X is what they're listed as, or the Queen or whatever. It's the last one we should really cover. It's Marissa Lenti, who just covered recently again on Cautious Hero.
I mean, I don't know why they have their own thing. It's not like they were prominent.
Well, I guess it also says they were, I think, playing like 4 different people too.
I know they played one of the minor recurring friend characters, because because if this show wasn't cliche enough, high school.
No. I mean, that's never going to change in anime. I'm not going to shit on this one for that. That's always going to be the case. I guess the last thing we should mention is how Tulio, the director, is, because he thought he'd be clever too. Because Enro's sister is voiced by Megan Shipman. Get it, guys? It's subtle.
Yeah. You also forgot one member of that other group. That involves your favorite word.
What?
You know, cocks.
Oh, I'm gonna get to him in a minute. Don't worry, it's hilarious. I wanted to save that because I wanted to wrap up with something that was at least hilarious. Because it's the one funny moment the show had. But, yeah. You know, people theorized one of the reasons that Funny dropped interspecies reviewers is because there's an episode where apparently the males get transformed into females, and they felt that Funny didn't want to get into the politics of the whole trans thing. Yet hXeros has that too. So I think that theory is kind of dead in the water now.
Remember, guys, your penis will turn into a weasel and walk away.
I have no idea what that episode even was, and the stupid part is, they should have ran with it. It should have been really stupid and fun, but because it's this show, it just came across as boring.
And they didn't want to do it anyway, so, like most things, let's drop it after 4 minutes.
Well, now it's time to bring up the cuck. Character voiced by Clifford Chafin, or Bakugo from My Hero Academia. This character kind of fucks off too, but the reason we're mentioning him is because it was the one time the show was actually genuinely funny. You find out the way he gets his H-energy, as we keep calling him, is he likes watching people, and at first it seems like, oh, because he's obsessed with Enro, and it's like, okay, so is he going to turn out to be, he's, you know, the whole gay thing, he's a gay form? No. Turns out he wants to see Enro do it with every other female around, because that's how he gets off. It's like they made a literal cuck. I have no words. I'm trying to think of any other anime that's done this before, and I'm drawing a blank. I'm sure there are others, though.
Yes.
But, yeah, that's basically it as far as all the standout ones are in the dub. I mean, Stephen Fu is here, too, but...
He is?
Apparently. He was listed. I don't even remember him, either. And if anyone's going to say, you guys clearly just didn't pay attention, no, we did. It's just this show, it's soul-crushingly bad. You can't get into it for the ecchi content. The characters are one-note and one-dimensional. The dub is very average and subpar for a lot of these voice actors who have done much better before. But again, even they didn't give a shit.
Watch Twin Tail instead.
Yeah, watch Twin Tail. I mean, to be honest,
that's the thing more comparable than Shmurda. It seems to be ripping off that more.
The irony of this whole situation.
Alien thing.
The irony of this whole situation that makes it hilarious is the Kuseichu want to censor all hentai and ecchi content for an anime that's already being censored over here in the US. Yeah. Kind of defeats the purpose of their whole goal, doesn't it? Because it's already completed. I thought Camphor was one of the worst harem anime I've ever seen in my life. But the thing is that show, if you're in it for the ecchi or the fapping, I guess, you can at least get something. And you can tell the VAs in it had fun with the dub, even though the show is garbage. This, though, you can't get anything out of. This anime is probably just going to fall into obscurity where it belongs. Which means I'm going to keep referencing it because it's going to be fun to remind Dai, right?
Go jump through a table.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about the ending real quick. I'd say spoiler warning, but I don't recommend watching this show. I genuinely don't.
Spoilers? There's a plot?
Yeah, the plot kind of meanders around and doesn't go anywhere. The Kiseichu just kind of feel like a background inconvenience to the protags partway in.
Oh, so you mean it fails at what Twin Tail does right? Oh,
yeah, and even in the end, oh my god, this is the one. Fuck Kirara as a character. So earlier on in the show, she tells Enjo that if they defeat the Kiseichu Queen or whatever, that she would give him her answer of whether they can be together or not. In the final episode, they defeat the Queen. So he brings it up to her, and what does she do? What? No, I never said that. Besides, there are other Kiseichu out there, so fuck you, bitch. I'm not keeping my promise. And yet, Enjo is still willing to wait on this stupid bitch hand and foot. Ultimate beta simp. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. I don't get what he sees in this bitch. The other characters are one note that are part of the group, but comparatively, they might as well be... I don't know, man.
They might as well be FMA characters.
I was just thinking that, actually. But yeah. As far as if this show's getting a season 2, I haven't seen anything, and I hope not. But let this show disappear and never surface again. And if anyone's going to say the manga is better, I don't know if it is. I don't care if it is. The anime sucks. Therefore, I'm never looking more into this show again.
But you love this show.
No, I can at least forgive a terrible anime if it at least tries doing its own unique thing. But not only is the show terrible, it copied from other anime that did it much better from years earlier. So yes, this anime, if it wasn't obvious, is getting an F. There is nothing appealing or interesting about this anime. And what jokes do land aren't even worth sitting through the bullshit to see. From the unlikable characters and everything else, it's just not worth it.
The show had characters, could have fooled me.
So yeah, an F means don't even bother. Show didn't even get the D. Now, is this show as bad as Gilgamesh? I'm sure someone's gonna ask. Probably not, no. But in terms of harem, it's at least the worst one I've seen so far.
And you love Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh is so bad, it's getting its own grade now. It's below an F. It's the Gilgamesh grade. But yeah. If this... I don't know, man. If this anime were at least fun in the terrible way, like some of those other ones are, like Sky Wizards is fucking terrible, but you can laugh at how bad it is. This one's not even that.
Or King's Game.
Yeah, we're King's Game. Again, garbage anime. No one's gonna defend it, I don't think, but you can have fun with how you can have fun with how bad they are. There's no you can't. There's no fun to be had. Alright, we're just basically reiterating the same thing here, so I guess that's it. What is what you thought of this piece of shit, Super hXeros? What a stupid name.
Well, you see, it's hentai heroes, man, is what it pretty much means.
Yeah, I know, but... Remember, guys, this met company standards. You want your other ecchi like
Hentai Heroes.
A show called Hentai Heroes, but Hybrid X Heart, Interspecies Reviewers, Sugimomo Season 2, well, that didn't, apparently. Fucking A, man, I hate this show. Hopefully next time we're covering something better. I don't know. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this, I guess. And if you take anything away from this, don't watch hXeros. There's way better shows out there.
Feel the suffering.
No, I'm not even going to troll people with this one. They don't deserve it, alright? I'd sooner recommend Camphor, and that was fucking terrible, than this piece of shit. And I can't believe I'm saying that.
I would recommend Camphor.
I didn't think the harem genre could get any worse. But hey, anime found a way.
I mean, hey, we're talking about the anime industry that shot out Conception.
Don't remind me of that show either. But alright, guys. Thanks again for watching. I guess let us know what you want us to cover, and maybe we'll cover it at some point.
It's the greatest.
Don't listen to him! Even I know where to draw the line of being evil. But until next time, guys.
I can sit through that. It's only fair.
No, it's not! They don't deserve that. No one deserves hXeros.
Well, some people do.
Fine. Fine, you're right. Some people do. Make Twitter Puritans sit through it. Why not? But until next time, guys. Hopefully we'll cover something better, and thanks again for watching. Until next time, guys.